Hey everyone, welcome back to EPSBT. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic moments in The Rookie, a scene that, even after 7 years, fans still call a perfect 10/10. And yes, we're talking about that Chenford moment. With Season 8 officially arriving on January 6, 2026, there's no better time to revisit the legendary first kiss between Lucy Chen and Tim Bradford, a scene that shaped the entire future of their relationship.
So let's rewind. How Lucy and Tim's first kiss happened.
Their unforgettable first kiss took place in the Season 4 finale, Day in the Hole.
This episode wasn't just big, it was wild in the best way possible.
It introduced Dim and Juicy, Tim and Lucy's criminal doppelgangers played by Eric Winter and Melissa O'Neill themselves. The fact that the actors played both the cops and their look-alike criminals made the episode instantly memorable. Tim's look-alike, Dim, is connected to a car filled with black tar heroin. Since Tim looks exactly like him, the Lap sends Tim undercover. When they discover Dim's girlfriend Sava Wu, who looks exactly like Lucy, she gets pulled into the op too.
This leads to the moment fans still scream about.
Tim and Lucy practicing their cover story, as a couple.
They are at Lucy's apartment, trying to make sure their backstory sounds real.
Then Lucy points out something obvious: real couples kiss.
It starts off innocent enough. Just a simple practice kiss. But then, it shifts. It deepens.
It becomes real. Right when the chemistry hits its peak, Tamara walks in and catches them. Afterward, we see Tim outside, clearly shaken. He tries to rationalize it, but you can tell, that kiss hit him hard.
It wasn't just acting. It wasn't just undercover prep. It meant something. Why their first kiss mattered so much.
Even though the situation was funny and totally TV logic, the moment was executed perfectly. Eric Winter and Melissa O'Neill's chemistry was electric. This kiss wasn't random, it was the payoff for years of build-up.
And the story didn't stop there.
The undercover arc continued into the Season 5 premiere, where Tim tries to downplay everything to Angela Lopez.
But his face gives him away.
The guy was falling in love.
Lucy felt it too. The problem?
They were both dating other people. And Tim was still Lucy's superior officer, meaning a relationship was off-limits. But even with those berries, that kiss marked the beginning of something unstoppable. It confirmed what fans already knew: Chenford was the endgame.
Why Tim and Lucy are meant to be.
That Season 4 kiss wasn't just romantic, it revealed how deeply these two cared for each other. Even when they finally got together in Season 5, the relationship was cut short when Tim broke things off in Season 6, afraid that his mistakes would ruin Lucy's career. But here's the thing. Even while broken up, even across Seasons 6 and 7, they never stopped loving each other.
Season 7 finally showed Tim taking real steps to grow. A therapy. A working on his trauma. Becoming emotionally open.
Meanwhile, Lucy became a sergeant, removing the chain of command issue that held them back for so long. At the end of Season 7, Tim asks Lucy to get back together, and even move in with him. Lucy panics and passes out, but later she makes it clear she's open to the idea, after a real conversation. So now, fans are waiting and hoping Season 8 finally lets Chenford become official again. Because at this point, delaying it any further isn't just frustrating. It risks losing the fans who've supported the show since day one. When you look back at Chenford's biggest moments, nothing comes close to the Season 4 finale. That first kiss wasn't just a plot twist. It was the emotional spark that defined their entire relationship. And with Season 8 around the corner, all we can hope is that The Rookie finally gives the fans what they've been waiting for. Tim and Lucy, together, officially, for real this time. If you enjoy this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned here on EPSBT for more deep dives into your favorite shows. Thanks for watching, and Chenford fans, keep the hope alive. After 7 years, this is still a 10/10 Chenford scene from The Rookie. There's some good news for fans of The Rookie. Season 8 finally has a debut date, but unfortunately, the show will not air until January 6, 2026. Fans have been waiting patiently since the Season 7 finale for an update on the status of Lucy Chen and Tim Bradford, and whether they will finally figure things out and get back together. In the meantime, it's the perfect time to go back and look at some of the Chenford pairing's greatest moments. After over 7 years of the hit series, few moments come close to this one from Season 4. It's time to take a look back at the story of Lucy and Tim's very first kiss. How Lucy and Tim's first kiss happened. The first Chenford kiss took place in the 4th season finale, Day in the Hole, and it's a scenario that works perfectly within the show's framework. What makes this episode so great is that it's the same episode that introduces Tim and Lucy's famous doppelgangers, Jake Butler and Sava Wu, or as they are later nicknamed in the episode, Dim and Juicy.
Get it? Tim and Lucy? Dim and Juicy?
Stars Eric Winter and Melissa O'Neill even perform double duty, portraying their lookalikes in the episode. Although Lucy and Tim are police officers, Dim and Juicy are career criminals. Dim is tracked down as the original owner of Tamara's newly acquired vehicle, which is discovered to be carrying black tar heroin. Since Tim looks exactly like Dim, it creates a scenario for Tim to go undercover to take down a drug dealer named Roy Hajek. Of course, they later discover Dim's girlfriend, Sava Wu, who looks exactly like Lucy, so Lucy joins the undercover op to bring down Hajek. True, that scenario could only work in a television series, but just go with it. This leads to Tim and Lucy prepping for the op at Lucy's apartment, and since they are going undercover as a couple, they need to get their backstories straight. The situation ultimately leads to Tim and Lucy kissing as a form of practice to sell the idea that they are a genuine couple. Soon, what was originally meant to be a harmless type of stage kiss quickly deepens. Before things go any further, Tamara interrupts, entering the shared apartment and catching the two in the act. Before the end of the scene, Tim is seen pontificating about what just took place outside Lucy's building. Clearly, the kiss with Lucy had a major impact on poor Tim, shaking him to his core.
The importance of Tim and Lucy's first kiss.
Although the moment of Tim and Lucy's first kiss occurred through a wacky and comedic setup, it was amazingly executed. Winter and O'Neill's on-screen chemistry is electric, so it's no wonder audiences across the globe were desperate to see Tim and Lucy get together. The undercover storyline with Tim and Lucy posing as Dim and Juicy continued into the Season 5 premiere, Double Down. Although Tim tried to claim to his friend and colleague, Angela Lopez, that his moment with Lucy was just a kiss, his true feelings were evident. Tim was falling in love with Lucy, and the feeling was mutual. Unfortunately, the kiss came at an awkward time, as Tim and Lucy were both dating other people, and Tim was also Lucy's superior officer, making a romantic relationship between them strictly off-limits. Regardless, their romantic relationship, as the true endgame pairing for the rookie, was inevitable, and the amazing kiss felt like the culmination of several seasons' worth of build-up. Winter and O'Neill performed the scene excellently, imbuing it with humor, sweetness, and charm, even though some boundaries were likely crossed in the name of practice for their undercover assignments. Following their first kiss, the rookie established that Lucy and Tim were on a romantic collision course, raising the stakes and excitement for what would eventually transpire with their relationship. Their pivotal first kiss signals how Tim and Lucy would eventually get together and start dating, later in Season 5.
Why Tim and Lucy are meant to be.
The crucial moment in Season 4 showcases how Tim and Lucy were head over heels with each other, and despite their circumstances, they were catching real feelings. Unfortunately, after they finally got together in the 5th season, their relationship ended far too quickly, with Tim dumping Lucy in Season 6 over the incident with Ray Watkins, fearing his mistakes would damage Lucy's career. However, even during the period where Lucy and Tim were split up in the latter half of Season 6 and later Season 7, the show made it clear that they still belonged together, and they never fell out of love with each other. The good news is that Tim has made major progress in Season 7, going to therapy, working on his overall mental health, and becoming more emotionally available. Additionally, Lucy received a promotion to sergeant, putting her outside of Tim's chain of command, knocking over a barrier that would potentially stand in the way of the couple resuming a relationship. Unfortunately, Lucy passed out on Tim when he asked her to get back together and move in with him. Lucy definitely appeared open to the idea during the Season 7 finale, The Good, the Bad, and the Oscar, provided she and Tim have a personal conversation first. Hopefully, the rookie ends all the frustrating build-up and does the right thing when the show returns in Season 8. The writers cannot continue stringing along the fans, so Tim and Lucy need to finally get back together and set things right after the mistakes of the last 2 seasons. Putting it off any longer would prove detrimental to the series' long-term health and would kill the interest of longtime fans who have become heavily invested in the Chenford pairing. Looking back at the key moments for Chenford, few come close to the magnitude and magic of their pivotal moment in the Season 4 finale.